In the late 1800s, due to unemployment, social problems, and the period of Russification before Finland won her independence, thousands of Finns immigrated to the Great Lakes area of North America in search of a better life. They came at a time when the Anishinaabe were just put onto the reservations, and for Finns who wanted to buy some land of their own to settle down and start farming, the land that was available and affordable at the time was near and on reservations. Much of that land was low and waterlogged, which just happened to resemble much of the landscape in Finland. Both cultures had learned to thrive in similar environments. One culture had the sauna, the other had the sweat lodge. One group found multiple uses for cedar, the other used birch. Both the immigrant Finnish population and the native Ojibwe people of northern Minnesota had strong storytelling traditions, and both put great stock in communal living. The two cultures also shared reserved personalities and the tendency to avoid conflict. Both cultures also faced persecution and displacement and exclusion. Finns were forced from their homes when part of the country was ceded to Russia. American Indian populations had been forcibly removed. Both ethnicities were the underdogs in the region. After the Finnish involvement with the mine strikes, the Oliver Mining Company excluded Finns from mining jobs. There are a lot of circumstantial things and similarities in beliefs and mannerisms that nurtured these connections. So it seems to some that it was inevitable that the two groups would mingle, creating a new population of Findians. Liz Chicola is a member of the Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. Her mother is also a band member and her father is Finnish. Chicola's father grew up on a Finnish farmstead on the Fond du Lac Reservation where he met and married Chicola's mother.
My English name is Liz Chicola and my Indian name is the lady who knows how to sing. It actually is the lady who knows how to sing well, but I'm always kind of shy to say that.
Liz is a musician whose recordings include Findian Summer and Bridging Two Worlds. Some of her music can even be found here on YouTube. Finnish sisu is a well-known quality in the Great Lakes region. Ojibwe physician Dr. Arne Vino is an example of this. Arne had a difficult childhood and adolescence. His father, a Finnish American, committed suicide when Arne was just 4 years old. Within the next year, his mother, a full-blooded Ojibwe, started drinking heavily and left his 6-year-old sister in charge. They burned the house down and were separated. As a child, he lived in a house without electricity, and they had to climb down into a well to get water. A counselor in high school told him that he was not college material, and he believed him. After high school, Arne worked as a bartender in several bars, a sawmill, and in construction. However, later in life, he started to find his calling. At age 32, Arne got into UMD School of Medicine. Unfortunately, his mother passed away the night he graduated residency. He works as a physician on the Fond du Lac Reservation in Minnesota. He has persevered despite the hardships and a life in the midst of two marginalized minorities. He is making a difference in many people's lives every day. Finnish-American Rebecca and Findian Jim Gauboy met in 1990. His mother left Finland in the early 20th century, and his father was Ojibwe. Rebecca's father's family left Finland in 1901.
The Indians and the Finns are the same. You know, they have the same, they know the land the same way, and they drink the same way.
Rebecca and her husband run a home for abused and orphaned Native American children in the Minnesotan backwoods. Most Findians live on reservations. They tend to feel closer to their Native American roots than to their Finnish heritage. Links with Finland have withered, and the majority have never visited. On the reservations, there is a lot of poverty, drug problems, and unemployment. The reservation no longer, however, is a synonym for poverty. There's now more pride in their roots, and there's no longer shame attached to a Findian identity. Nowadays, many young Findians are interested in both their Ojibwe and Finnish traditions. People who were oppressed tend to have more in common, said Frank Bebeau. Bebeau is an enrolled member of the White Earth Band of Lake Superior, Ojibwe. His grandfather was an American Indian who married a Finnish woman living on the Iron Range. The couple had 6 children, including Bebeau's father, who spoke only Finnish as a boy. Today, Bebeau works as the tribal attorney for the Leech Lake Band of Chippewa, and he has a sauna in his backyard. Both cultures are comfortable in the woods and have similar attitudes about hunting. When you went hunting, you went with a purpose, Bebeau said. You didn't just shoot anything, you took only what you needed. Bebeau's father had a saying that seems to draw on sentiments from both cultures. He said, "If all your wants are small, you'll have all you want." Findians really are the best of both worlds, according to Bebeau.